What? Look at this guy over here, Chug Chug.
Woo-wee!
Episode of Viva Los Bills, a little extra long whip because football finally starts tonight. It's not a Buffalo
Yeah,
Bills
baby.
to say, but we have football. As always, Will Clone, aka Buffalo Will, joined by everybody's favorite cousin
What's
Vic.
up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Well, we're coming to
How
you
was
live.
your week, bro? How was
Yeah,
your week, my man?
hold on. We're coming live on I-95 Sports Network, channel 198 on Ziggo TV, and across Facebook and wherever else we're broadcasting. Okay, now let's go. My week's been good, man. It flew by, it seemed. It was like, holy cow, it seemed like it was last week, like yesterday. I don't know. It was quick.
Absolutely, absolutely.
How about you?
I, I'm excited, man. It's been a long week, but you know what? We've been winding down. I think we did 13, 14 weeks of shows. We're pretty much trying to grasp at every, tidbits of news here and there and stuff. But right now, starting from here on out, we're gonna have all the meat and potatoes. Because guess what? The season starts tonight, baby.
That's right. We get to finally watch some football. It's probably going to be ugly football for the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's all about discipline. Who practiced well, who did everything they had to do. We're going to see these guys take real hits tonight and see how it goes. Hopefully, nobody gets injured. We'll talk about that game a little later. Also, we'll talk about moves that happened during the week because we gave our predictions beforehand for the cuts and so forth. We're going to take a quick peek at that. Some news for this week that's going out. Where am I? Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's focus. Big news out of Denver. Von Miller, hurting, I believe it was his ankle or whatever. He has to have surgery, possibly out for the year. That's a big hurt for the Denver Broncos.
Big hit.
Yeah, big hit. I have him on one of my teams, so that's a big hit for me. Okay, big hit, Denver. Thanks for Von, but it seems like he's been getting hurt almost every year now. It's kind of rough. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully he could come back early and return to the year, but who knows? All depends on how quick his body heals. The news that came out, I mean, we'll touch about our guy a little later, but Jalen Ramsey signed a big deal. He becomes the highest paid corner ever, which surprises me. I mean, our guy was the highest paid corner for about a day or two. And
48 hours.
48 hours, there you go.
Yeah.
Even though it was what it was exactly. Thank you. So, Jalen Ramsey, is he worth more than Trey? He's a good player. I don't know if he's better than Trey.
I don't think he's worth more than Trey.
I
don't think so.
And not just as a Bills fan. Trey's not talking crap. He gets his job done on the field and still hasn't given up a touchdown. How many has Jalen given up?
Yeah.
But hey, congrats to him for his contract and being the number one paid corner.
Absolutely. Trey was asked how he felt about it, and he said he didn't care. He said, listen, I know where the Bills stand with me. They gave me, at the time, the highest paying cornerback paycheck pretty much. So now he knows where Bean and McDermott and the Pagula stand with him. So he's happy. He said, hey, I was at one point the highest paid cornerback until what's his name got it right now. But
so he got it, which is
I think
true.
we got a good deal with him. If you think about it, I think we got a great deal compared to Jalen Ramsey deal. I think we got a heck of a deal with Trey.
Yeah, no, that's it's true. I think when I first saw it, I was like, damn, they got to deal with this. And I didn't even know he was the highest paid corner at that time. I thought it was going to be like, he was underpaid. So I thought it was a good deal. And then I found out he was the highest paid. I was like, oh, good for him. He earned it. Another signing was Javanian Clowney. Mr. Clowney, who a lot of people thought maybe Buffalo had a slim chance in the beginning. And they pretty much said that wasn't happening. Another thing, they would toss up between New Orleans and Tennessee, and he chose to go to Tennessee for his one-time ex-defensive coach, Mike Vrabel. So now he's his head coach. So good for Clowney. It's a one-year deal, so, hey, he should prove to everybody what he's worth and maybe get the contract he wanted next year. So, I mean, that's good for me. Trying to answer a little quick thing here. So yeah, that's that. Besides that, we had cuts. Well, you know what? Even though we talked about it, let's just throw it up there now. Where is this thing? Here it is. Bam. Let's talk about Trey. There's some things. This is off of Buffalo Bills website. It's nice and easy. You want to read off a few things there, Vinny? Can you see?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Absolutely. 5 things to know about Tre'Davious White. Number 1, the Bills have signed cornerback Tre'Davious White to a 4-year contract extension through 2025. While White originally joined the Bills in 2017 when the team selected him with the 27th overall pick of the NFL draft out of LSU. Number 2, since joining the Bills, White has proven to be one of the premier corners in the NFL. In 2019, he was named a first-team All-Pro, along with being selected to the 2019 Pro Bowl after tying for the league with 6 interceptions. Number 3, last season, while ranked second among all defenders in the league in limiting opposing passers to a 38.9 QB rating, minimum of 60 targets, he also did not allow a touchdown in 2019. Number 4, White was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 7 and 17 of the 2019 season, becoming the first Bill to ever earn Defensive Player of the Week honors twice in one season since Mario Williams in 2013. Number 5, while White came away with 2 interceptions, career high versus Cincinnati on the 22nd of September 2019, and at Pitt December 15, 2019, becoming the first Bills player to have 2 games with an interception. The one that sticks out to me the most is he didn't give up a touchdown in 2019. That's the biggest tidbit I got out of that.
Let's see, come back on here. Yeah, man. I mean, it's been great. The guy's insane. He's been playing well. You can't hate on him. He continues to produce for the team. So I'm glad he's one of those guys we talked about that needed to get signed. He finally did get signed. There's a few other guys. I saw Bean said that Matt Milano's contract might have to wait till the end of the season. You know, so at least that we know.
We got to get him signed, man. We got to get him signed.
He's one of those guys they need. You know, great player for us. You know, as long as he's all over the field. And him and Tremaine Edmonds got great chemistry. They know where each other's at all times. So, yeah, they need to get that guy under wraps. Let's move on. Here we go. We talked about it all last week. So the moves. We're going to show a slate again. Our slates I have up here, we're taking from off of Buffalo Bills. Okay? So, bam. Here we go. These were the roster moves. These were the guys that the Bills released on cut day. Trey Adams, Brian Allen, Nate Becker, Evan Bowen, Brian Cox Jr., Jason Crome, Robert Foster, Markel Harrell, Dane Jackson, Cam Lewis, Mike Love, Dean Marlowe, Andre Roberts, Lalenko, Tenzel Smart, Andre Smith, Vincent Taylor, Josh Thomas, Christian Wade, Brandon Walton, Davis Webb, Antonio Williams, Duke Williams. Duke was my, it's the one that bothered me.
That's your boy.
Oh, squad. Touch on that too. And Dustin Miller. I mean, the good thing is, with the way COVID is set up this year, you can have up to, I think they have 17 players on the practice squad right now. There was an exemption for Christian Wade. So afterwards, the players that were brought back on, here it is, boom, the practice squad. So they signed 17 players out of those guys. Trey Adams back, Nate Becker, Evan Boehm. Now this changed since I downloaded this like 3 days ago. Evan Boehm, Byron Cox Jr., Jason Crome, Dane Jackson, Cam Lewis, Mike Love, Victor Solanko, Andre Smith, Josh Thomas, Christian Wade, Brandon Walton, Davis Webb. So yeah, I guess Davis was qualified for the practice squad. It's a little weird, the whole practice squad thing.
Hey, real quick, can you see me?
I see you in the background, but we're not up. I'm still reading this.
Okay.
Still.
I got you.
You see the still, right? You see the still up?
Yeah, yeah. I thought for some reason everything froze for a second.
I didn't want to see that.
It's all good.
I didn't want to see that face no more. No.
I hear you.
And Dustin Zimmer. So
You should want to see my face. I got a happy face. Football season started, man.
What's it called? Out of the 24 guys that got cut, only 7 guys aren't on this squad. All right, I'm coming back on. Let's get rid of this for now. Boom. Here we are. Oh, there's that face. Look at that face. Damn.
I still don't see you.
Really? I don't know
Nope.
what's going on over there. Bobby's in the background, so Bobby might be able to fix something. Also, all right. So out of those guys, some were brought back. 7 guys were gone. Andre Roberts didn't make it back. Again, this is before that slate. So I have updates. All right. Andre Roberts, who I thought was going to get cut, got cut, but they brought him back. He's actually on the 53-man roster. Now, this kind of gets up on my nerves too, for the simple fact that Duke is on the practice squad. Cut Roberts, bring him back. There was rumors they were trying to trade Roberts and Jason Cone.
Yep.
Jason Cone made it to the practice squad. Andre Roberts, your favorite player, made it back. Got to the 53-man roster. You and this jet sweep. So he's back on. Another guy who got cut, which was a surprise to me at the time, was Dean Marlowe, because he's been having a great camp.
Yep.
He plays safety, could slide over to the cornerback position. He's a beast. Love the guy. But they brought him back also, and he's on the 53-man roster as well. Now, Brian Allen, he didn't make it back. I was a little surprised with Markel Harry, the rookie, Harrell. He's not back. He's not on the practice squad. You never know. God forbid somebody is sick or whatever. Robert Foster.
Robert Foster also.
You know, defensive tackle, Tanzel Smart. I didn't think he was going to make it. It was more of a depth thing, and him and Vincent Taylor. The good thing for Vincent Taylor was he got picked up by the Browns.
Yeah, he's the only one that actually got picked up by another team.
Really? I didn't even look into the other guys yet. I wanted to do it, but then I was like, I don't know. We'll see.
As far as I know, Vincent Taylor's the only one that got picked up from the Browns. That's about it.
All right. Another thing was, so some news I should have read a little earlier, but I didn't. The Bills, they signed a defensive tackle, Chris Slayton. He's 6'4", 307 pounds. They signed him to the practice squad on Tuesday. Slayton was a Giants 7th-round pick in 2019 out of Syracuse. No numbers on him because he was on the practice squad pretty much the whole time. To make room for him, the Bills released Nate Becker. So, we thought he was going to get released. He made it onto the practice squad for a little, and now he's gone. The Bills also added Jordan Devy, offensive guard, who was released by the Raiders on September 1st. The Bills are his 6th team since being drafted. Actually, he was an undrafted rookie in 2013 by the Ravens. So at least he has seen some action. He's played in 43 games and started 21 out of those 43. I mean, he has some knowledge of the game. He's been in there, some reps, which is good. It gives us some depth there. How good is he? I don't know. But at least he's gotten some time in.
Got 6 years in.
Yeah. Also on Tuesday, the Bills picked up wide receiver Jake Cameron. 209 pounds. He was more of a surprise release by Green Bay. Everybody thought Green Bay would take him. He's appeared in 14 games. He started 4 out of them, pulling in 12 receptions for 219 yards and a touchdown. One big thing is Aaron Rodgers actually liked this guy a lot. He only had good stuff to say about him. He's on our practice squad right now. He's not protected, but hey, we have him there. And then if anything happens to any of these other guys,
I know you want to talk about this later. Do you think them releasing him catapult them up to number 2 in the rankings?
Oh, the power rankings? Yeah.
Power rankings.
Yeah, we'll hit on that too. That's a little silly, power rankings. But again, it's just their opinions. So we'll go on from there. Now, like I said before, they brought back Dean Marlowe and Andre Roberts. With no surprise with Marlowe for me. I was surprised about Roberts. I know you like Roberts, but hey. And like I said, to make room for them, the Bills placed John Feliciano, and which was a little weird to me, it was Isaiah Hodgins on the IR. I didn't know Isaiah was hurt, but the
Yeah,
good
he's
news is
hurt.
that actually for this year only, the players can come back off IR in as little as 3 weeks, which used to be different in the past. Uh, Also, as
If you're
3 weeks
medically cleared.
medically, yep.
Yeah.
And there's no limit to how many players you can put on the IR this year.
Wow.
To me, it was weird. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. I know it's because of the whole COVID thing, but if you have a healthy guy and you just say, hey, I want to put him on the IR, and that's it.
That's probably what they're doing. I mean,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
yeah, I guess you could do it. Why not?
Yeah,
You keep these players, which is cool, especially if you don't want to get rid of anybody. You know, it's good. I don't mind it at all. It's pretty cool. Another thing was, whoa, what happened to Vinny? Dang,
I'm right here.
I
I'm
only
right
see
here.
you, bro. You're like a little ball, and I guess Bobby's trying to fix this right now. Vinny disappeared. One thing, hey, Jordan, you popping up early. What's going on? Who's taking over the show?
I don't know.
Jordan's a guest of ours. He was going to be on a little later when we started talking about Jets matchup. I guess Vinny fell off. Did you do something? The evil Jets.
I just came in here. I didn't
You kick off my co-host.
I didn't do anything. That Vinny's back.
There's Vinny. Vinny,
Man, I ain't gonna leave you hanging.
You see that?
What up, Jordan?
What's up, Vinny? How's it going, man?
Earlier, he's a buddy of
What's
mine.
up? How you doing, man? I got scared when you put a Jets fan in. I had to disappear for a little while, get some stuff ready.
I did too. I think there's Bobby in the background getting stuff ready, and he just put this guy up here.
I got you.
So sit down and listen, Jordan. I don't know. I feel weird though with Vinny being on the bottom. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
It's all good, man.
Oh man, hold on.
It's all good.
Bam! You got twisted.
There it is.
Keep those
There
Jets
you go.
No. All right. Quick other note. One guy who we thought might get cut was Patrick DeMarco. Well, I said he was going to get cut. I thought he'd get cut. He was placed on the IR earlier in the week because of his neck injury. The Bills ended up settling with him with a injury settlement or whatever, and they let him go. And Tommy Sweeney was put back on the PUP because of his foot. Now, all right, Jordan, now you're here. I guess you're going to stay because to take you out would be a little weird.
I can always come back. It's up to you. You guys want to talk more Bills? That's fine.
It's all good. You can try. We're going to have possibly another Jet fan come on later. He's actually running late, so he said he might be able to hop on, and then we'll talk about the matchup a little more. All right, another thing I was going to talk about was Pete Prisco's power rankings. Let's go see where I got this slate. Bam! The guys from CBS. He has the Chiefs at number 1, Packers at 2, Saints 3, 49ers 4, Steelers at 5, Ravens 6, Bills 7, Eagles 8, Tampa 9, Seahawks 10. Personally, sure, they're going to put the Chiefs up there because they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, I guess they're going to get that number 1 ranking. They really didn't lose anybody. They lost a few offensive linemen. I want to see how that works out for them. The Packers, I was surprised with them being at number 2. Saints have been that team I picked the last 2 or 3 years to go to the Super Bowl, and they choke in a first or second playoff week. 49ers, I guess they're Super Bowl losers, but second runner-ups. Let's say that loser sounds kind of hard. I was surprised with the Steelers popping up here. I didn't think the Steelers would be this high. The Ravens, okay, 6. Maybe the Ravens should be 5th, maybe, or slid down. The Bills, I'm okay with the Bills being at 7. I don't know if they should be behind the Steelers, though. Like, honestly, the Steelers, their offense isn't all that. Their defense played well. Buccaneers, just because with Tom Brady, have jumped all the way to 9th in front of the Seahawks. I don't think that's right. I think the Seahawks are a better team than the Buccaneers. What do you think about this? And we'll get to you after, Jordan. Let you think about it a little. Vinny,
talking to me?
Yeah, Vinny. What do you
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought he was giving Jordan the opportunity. Well, I don't agree with this. I don't think the Packers should be ranked that high. I mean, listen to me, Brett Favre. they're just with the disparity with their wide receivers and stuff that's going on with the quarterback controversy now that's coming up. I don't see them that high up. The Steelers should be behind the Bills. Ravens should be up, maybe number 4 spot. The Bucks, it's like having the New England Patriots up there now. The good thing about it is they're not in this top 10 list, so it makes me happy. But seeing Tom Brady in the top 10 doesn't make me too happy. I don't think they're a top 10 team, Buccaneers, yet. Seahawks definitely need to move up. But generally speaking, I'm happy where the Bills are right now. You know, we always like to be the underdog, so I kind of like the spot we're in right now.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't know if you see it, but being that I had opened up our whole little thing here, I could see your faces. You know, I see Jordan making his little moves over here, playing with his beard and making a little face when he puts skills. But anyway, Jordan, what do you think about this power ranking? I mean, I know the Jets aren't up there. What do you think about?
Honestly, Will, I like Vinny a heck of a lot more than I like you because I pretty much echo all of his sentiments. The Packers have no reason to be number 2. I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers is my guy, one of my favorite quarterbacks, one of my favorite players to ever watch. They got him. They got Devontae Adams. You know, Aaron Jones ain't going to repeat what he did last year. They drafted A.J. Dillon, who is just Aaron Jones 2.0. What else did they do to help out Aaron Rodgers? That team is not a number 2. Yeah, the defense was a little bit better last year, but otherwise, that team is not the second best team in football. I'm sorry. The Saints, yeah, do I trust Drew Brees this year? It's hard to go against him, but, you know, he's getting older. Father Time is undefeated, as we all know. So, yeah, you know, it can be up there. Alvin Kamara getting his contract extension soon, all that. You know, we got Michael Thomas there, sure. I hate Jimmy Garoppolo. That defense is going to carry them, so that's probably the only reason that they're 4. I kind of agree with you, Will. The Steelers being 5 doesn't make a lot of sense. I think that's more of a respect thing with Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, and all that. Mm-hmm. But that's another team with a bunch of question marks, too. Is that defense going to be like it usually is? Yeah, you know, maybe, but there's a lot of holes there. You have Juju there, and, you know, Deontay Johnson's supposed to be the up-and-coming guy. We know how good the Steelers are developing wide receivers. But that's another team. You know, is James Conner going to be James Conner again like last year, or is he going to be, you know, good James Conner? Like, that's another question. The Ravens, I think, should be much higher. I would put them, honestly, above. Absolutely. I would put them, like, probably where the Packers, between Packers and the Saints, I would probably move them up. I would honestly put the Packers probably at 10 now. I think the Seahawks are getting very, very disrespected in these rankings, too. I think the Seahawks are a top 5 team. People don't give Russell Wilson respect. Like, it's ridiculous. The fact that
he just finds ways to win, man.
I'm telling you, and being a Jets fan, having Brian Schottenheimer as an offensive coordinator for years, the guy's not good. He's not good. So the fact that he's able to do what he can do, and, you know, he made Metcalf. I was always a fan of coming out of college. Lockett's a great receiver for him too, but they draft running backs every freaking year, and they never ever pan out. Rashad Penny, then they signed Carlos Hyde, and all these, like, just average running backs who never ever pan out for them, and he still manages to get them to an NFC Championship game. Still manages to get them to the playoffs somehow. Like, he's just good year after year after year. And that defense is good too. You know, they just traded for Jamal Adams. That's going to help them out tremendously. They got Bobby Wagner there. You know, they have a bunch of great football players there. And Pete Carroll's a tremendous coach too. So I think, you know, them being in the top 5 makes a lot more sense than the Steelers being in the top 5. The Bills being at 7, you know, as much as I don't want to say, you know, I think 7's a good spot for them because they are a very good team. They have a solid core there. The question is, can Josh Allen take them to that next level? And that's always been my thing with Josh Allen. I know people doubted him a lot in college. You know, I watched a lot of Josh Allen in college, and Josh Allen had a fantastic arm, and you can see it now that his arm is just getting better. The accuracy thing is still a big issue and still a concern for me. You know, you went out and get Stephon Diggs, which is great, but are you going to be able to have that chemistry with him? Because, you know, a couple overthrows, couple, you know, miscommunications with him, you know, things could get ugly. However, that defense is really good. Like, there's no holes in that defense. Micah Hyde back there, one of my favorite safeties. The Packers, Ed Oliver is a stud. I mean, you guys just have strengths everywhere in the defense. Davis White just got paid.
You know, I mean, we were still talking about the power rankings, man. You want to jump right in? I mean,
Listen,
but I'm glad. Listen, hold on. Tell Vinny what you call Josh Allen. Go ahead, tell him.
I think what do I call him overrated?
No.
What I listen. I like
fullback Vinny. Every time he's like he's a glorified fullback. This is what I got here at work, Vinny. You know, these guys
A glorified fullback? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the first 2 years I have to agree with him. I mean, he had what 17 rushing touchdowns for the year. I mean, those are insane numbers, man. He's back. He has been working out. The good thing this offseason, he's taking the guys. He worked out in California. He worked out in Florida. As soon as Stephon Diggs signed on, he took all them guys, the receivers, the tight ends, and he's just been working with them. So they say that the chemistry right now, from what I'm hearing in camp, Stephon Diggs says that basically on a same mental state that he thinks exactly what Jado. If that could transform onto the field rather than just practice, that'll be great. But another thing is you got to see that these guys in scrimmage and in practice are going against the best defense there is, the best pass defense pretty much out there. So it's not like we should be coming out there rusty or anything because they have been practicing against a top-tier secondary.
Yeah.
But the only thing is that, like I said, they're not really hitting. They did hit a few times. I think it was like 10 or 14 padded practices. They went live. They had their own scrimmage. So it's not the same thing as hitting other people because you're not going to try to kill your teammate. But at least they did have some contact. But I think it's going to be ugly. Played no preseason game. You're playing against each other. You're not going to kill each other. I mean, even though some of these rookies probably were going at it hard because they had to show what they could do because they didn't get to show themselves in preseason. I think it's just going to be rough, but whatever. You know what, man? Let's start getting into our matchup here. Not sure if my other buddy's going to make it or not, but being that Jordan's here, I guess we could start talking about the Jets and Bills. Few notes. I saw one guy I actually liked, and I said in our offseason I wouldn't mind if the Bills picked him up. Your team picked up Alec Ogletree. He's on the practice squad because I guess you don't like him, but
I watched him play with the Giants. Sure, he's another body who God forbid
he's a hit and miss, man.
Yeah, it's yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, go for it.
But the crazy thing with this year, because of whole COVID and everything, is that you could get a guy like Alec Ogletree and put him on your practice squad. You know, another thing, they ended up letting Montez. I thought they cut Montez Moncrief, but they didn't. They put him on the practice squad IR. Another thing too. Again, like I said earlier, you can put these players on the IR and bring them back whenever you want. Well, at least within 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
You guys also picked up Jaleel Scott. I think he was on the Baltimore Ravens last year. Again, these are dumb moves. I'm just saying what your teams are, bro. I see you rolling your eyes.
I wanted them. I'm a big Hakeem Butler fan. I wanted them to sign Hakeem Butler, throw him on a practice squad.
Hold on. I forgot to mention to anybody watching, Fred Kilmartin was supposed to be on. I should have said this earlier, but he ended up having stuff to do, so he couldn't come on. So whoever was on here looking for Fred, he's not going to be on this week. We'll have him on at another time. He just couldn't make it on. Oh, this was another guy.
There it is.
The guy, Vinny, who was supposed to be on, the other Jet fan. So Jordan and him were going to be here. So Jordan's representing for him. This is Justin, another scrub Jet fan. Another guy I work with that I got to hear banter about. All right. So also now, both set, I don't know if you could tell me this, Jordan. Rashard Perriman and Denzel Mims, they were both supposed to practice. Did they practice today or?
So Perriman practiced. He said, his knees, nothing to be concerned about. It wasn't anything about his past either, like past injuries or anything. He said he and Sam on the same page. He said everything looks good. So we'll see week 1. Mims was supposed to practice today, but apparently he had another hamstring, for his other hamstring, not the same one that he injured before.
His other one.
So it was his other hamstring. So he was limited today. What does that mean for week one? Probably means he's going to be limited in snap counts by 15, 20, if he's even going to play, which really, really sucks because this is a guy you took in the second round. This is a guy who's supposed to, help out Sam. And now you're running out there with a Perryman who's, I guess, 100%, 95%, Braxton Berrios, Crowder, Herndon, and then, the running backs and everything. So it's not great. The reports yesterday were, he's going to practice today fully, he's good to go, whatever. And then the hamstring thing came up again. So not great news for the Jets regarding Mims, who has a lot of pressure on him. He does. Mims has a lot of pressure on him to come in and be an immediate impact guy, which I personally don't think is fair, but that's what the Jets have to deal with right now. Is it's going to be the Perryman, the Mims show, and then you're gonna have Crowder in the slot there.
You see what I got to deal with? You see this, Vinny? This guy Justin.
I see it. What about Hogan? What about Chris Hogan? How do you think Chris Hogan fits in that equation?
I think he's a good, he's going to be a good three wide receiver guy, an emergency guy if, Sam gets into trouble. That's also Herndon too. But I think Hogan's a good veteran presence guy that he's going to catch, 4 or 5 balls a game that you need to. That's fine. Like, I have no problem with him getting, getting a couple catches during the game because, they need that stuff. They need all the bodies they can. To be honest, they need guys who can go out there and catch the football. Hogan can catch the football. I got no problem with, the Jets signing him. Moncrief was like another guy I was like, oh, okay. And then he just can't stay on the field either. So, Hogan's fine. I have no problem with Hogan.
The one thing was a little weird was that the Jets have 5 quarterbacks on their roster right now. I mean, I know Joe Flacco is hurt. And they're saying by week 3 he should be back from his neck surgery or whatever. Yeah. I was surprised when I saw that, even though they have 2 guys, David Fales and Mike White, on the practice squad. So that was a little weird.
Fales, I don't know what it is. Gase has some fetish about David Fales where everywhere he goes, he has to have him on the team. The guy isn't good. I don't know what his situation with him is, but him and Mike White's just a practice squad guy, I guess. They liked him during training camp. They're probably just gonna keep him on the practice squad. And like you said, Joe Flacco's not gonna be ready till I think they said week 3. So I guess it's good to have Fales as a backup. I personally couldn't care less if he was on the team or not. I feel the same way about Flacco, but that's all it is.
I don't mind Flacco. I've always liked Flacco, so I don't mind that. I mean, he's a backup. Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. Okay, now we're talking about Jets Bills. All right, Jets last year were 7-9. I've said this to you before. A lot of people don't really have the Jets doing much. I've seen them have anywhere from 4 wins predicted to 6 to 7. Me personally, I thought with the squad that they have and the way they play, they actually could do something. But then I already get hit with the injury bug. Perriman's knee, okay, saying it's not as bad as they thought or whatever. So you're looking at having Perriman, Crowder, and at this point, Chris Hogan as your slot. I mean, it's not bad. My thing with Perriman is Perriman's never been able to take that step to be number 1.
Next level.
Yeah. Crowder, I've always liked Crowder. He's like that slash guy, and he gets into the hole. He knows where always to land, it seems. And Hogan, I've always liked Hogan. He's a little longer in the tooth now. I mean, how many shots is he going to be able to take in the middle of the field? I mean, if this team, as of right now, what do we got? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that just keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9 guys supposedly that are questionable on your squad from what ESPN has on your depth chart or out. It's going to be hard with so many injuries. And if they said about Le'Veon Bell not having that great of a practice or off season, which I don't think he's a big fan of it anyway. I think he's going to still do what he has to do. But if I'm playing this team, I'm still stacking the box against Le'Veon Bell and say, all right, let's see if these guys can beat him on the outside. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. Your offensive line got a little better, I thought. I give the team more respect than some people do out there. It was like a Justin. He's being realistic, saying 4, 12, 5, 11. You agree with that, Jordan? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said kind of hit the nail on the head. the offensive line got better. Becton is like a big X factor here. If Becton can show up that left side, then Sam has so much. It's so much more beneficial to Sam. You brought in George Fant. You brought in a group. I think one of my favorite signings was Connor McGovern from Denver. Great center. The Jets have not had a center, let's be honest, since Nick Mangold. They could not find anything because back in the past the Jets had Brickashaw and Nick Mangold, and then you had guys like Damian Woody you could fill in. You had guys like Wayne Hunter who came in and did a decent job time being, but you had those core guys. The Jets, that was the Jets' problem, is they never drafted guys to be their replacements, and it's come back to bite them now. So now you have to rely on a rookie in Becton. You have to rely on a guy like George Fant. You gotta have to rely on McGovern. You have to rely on these free agent signings and this rookie to come in there and make sure that Sam is protected. Because especially coming week one, the Bills are going to come at you. They're going to blitz you, especially Sam. You've seen that he struggled a little bit when he has pressure in his face. You have new weapons and everything, so you're going to have to get the ball off quick. You got to make sure that the chemistry is there with the wide receivers. But it all comes back to one thing, and Will, you and I have talked about this numerous times. It's all about the coaching. It's all about Adam Gase. It's all about making sure that he has the right. Right, exactly. You all know. You see, I say the word Adam Gase, and y'all laugh because y'all know it's always talk, and never gets backed up. I watched it last year where in the preseason, the Jets would move the ball down the field, look smooth, like wow, like maybe the Dolphins were the problem and it wasn't Adam Gase. Then you go into week one. Jets move the ball down the field. Wow, they look really good. Wow, this offense looks really good. And then they would just completely go away from that game plan, and they would look awful. And they would just look completely lost out there. So that's what the Jets need to do is they need to have a consistent game plan each year, and it all falls on the guy who is just supposed to be like offensive guru of a coach, said by Peyton Manning. I've yet to see it. I've yet to see anything that says, wow, this guy is an offensive genius. And if he can't figure that out, then yeah, Justin's right. 4-12, 5-11. That's probably their ceiling. Because if you can't move it
out there, look at that comment. Rob, another guy we work. You remember? Rob, oh no, Vinny, you were gone that week. We had Rob on. He's a Cowboy fan. Another guy we work with. 4-12. That good? What?
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. For Jets fans, it's good because it means Gase won't be there next year. So yeah.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you, Jordan. You think if he goes above 500 this year, you think Adam Gase stays, or if he goes like let's say a 4-12 or 5-11, do you think they can him this year? I think he might be gone.
I think he's gone. If they go 7-9 again, I mean, let's be real. Last year was a fluke. It was, they had a very soft schedule. They won some games that they were supposed to win, and they lost some games that they were supposed to win too. You losing to the Dolphins, losing to the Bengals, those are games you should win. So yeah, they had a lot of injuries, yada yada yada. So coming into this year, if they don't take a step forward, if Sam does not take a step forward, and they go 4-12, 5-11, 3-13, that Black Monday should be the first name out. He should be gone. He should be because there's no excuses. You came in here to run an offense that the Jets have not had in forever, and he has not done his job so far. He has not. The Jets were dead last year in offense. They were atrocious. They had Robbie Anderson, who was a good deep threat. You had Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, Herndon was hurt, but they were still able to use the tight ends. Griffin and Dan Brown. You had decent pieces there. Obviously not elite pieces, but you didn't use them. He just refused to use Le'Veon Bell. He would use him. I just don't think I don't think they mesh. I just don't. Listen, they go out and sign Frank Gore. Seriously, I love Frank Gore. Frank Gore's a great. Listen, Frank Gore's a great player. What do you need to sign him for? Come on.
Listen, word is Frank Gore. From what I read, a couple of the Jets side, Frank Gore is acting Le'Veon Bell. I mean, Bell was his worst career last. I think like 790 yards or something, like 3.2 yards per carry.
Yeah.
52 yards a game. New offensive line. You got 3 new guys and another rookie coming in. I mean, 4 absolutely different. The whole revamped offensive line. Now, do they have time to gel? Now, is that going to come out? Is that going to be on on Gase now, or is it going to be on the offensive line? I mean, that's pretty much a scapegoat for Gase. He could say, "Hey, man, we just got this offensive line," and seeing how Le'Veon Bell did last year, I don't see it doing any better this year with that offensive line right now as we speak.
Everything I've heard in camp, and I take everything in camp with a grain of salt because it is camp. Is that the offensive line has not been that great, to be honest. They have not been, a great unit. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It does take time to gel and everything. Maybe it comes with emotions, and maybe it comes to getting a few games under their belt, which it sucks. That's why there's no preseason. But they're gonna have to figure it out right away because that Bills defensive front is gonna come at you. Do I think
it's a dangerous defensive front?
It is. It's one of the best in football.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't matter because all the teams are going to do it, and that's what they did last year.
Yeah.
They're going to stack the box like we've talked about in the past. And I said last year to Jordan too. I was like, listen, the Jets' problem. It's almost like the New York Giants. Also, it always comes down to that offensive line for these teams. I mean, they have talent around them, but you need that offensive line to block. You agree with Rob? Rob said if they go 4-12, Gase is gone. The only way, like we've talked about too, is that if he doesn't get let go of, it's just going to be because of the year with all the craziness that's going on. That's the only way I could see if this guy doesn't go at least 500.
Yeah.
Job. I can't see that.
But like I was telling Jordan, they do have 4 new offensive linemen. I mean, that's coming from a line that was ranked, I think, 28th in the league. So I guess it's just going up from there. So, I mean, from going to 28 with 4 new offensive linemen, I mean, hopefully even if you come in 25th, it's still a step ahead, step forward, not ahead, but anything is better than being 29th, O-line. That's why Le'Veon Bell didn't have such a successful rushing season.
Yeah. I agree with you too there, Justin, saying a double-edged sword for the Jets fans this year because you want Gase out, but you also want Sam to take the next step. I said this in the past that I told you at work, but even Vinny and I on the show said, I was like, I could see Darnold losing his job if they don't have a winning record. I could see him losing his job. They drafted a quarterback this year. Not saying they're going to keep this guy as the quarterback, but if they're in the top, if they end up with the top pick, I could see them going out after the kid from Florida.
Here's the thing. I think the Jets love Sam Darnold. I just think that he is their guy. They traded up for him, and I know it was an old regime, but this is their guy, and I don't think you're going to move on from him. I think it would be a disaster if they got rid of Darnold to go after. Because what are you going to do? So what are you going to do with Trevor Lawrence? Say that does happen. Say they get rid of Darnold. Say they don't pick up his option, he's gone, and then they do draft a quarterback. Still don't have weapons. The offensive line is still meh. What's the excuse now? What's Trevor Lawrence's excuse going to be? And again, this is a big factor for me. It's just why I'm giving Darnold so much leeway here. Darnold's only 23.
Yeah,
Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield made his first start at 23 years old. It's a huge difference. That's 2 years into the league.
Yeah, but that's not the way the league is. Look at freaking Josh Rosen. That guy's been casted out of 3 places already? He's having a chance to prove himself. It's like, all right, you're in the fire. Damn, you can't take the fire? You go. And it all depends on the next quarterback because they got rid of him for the kid out of Arizona. What the hell is his name?
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But guess what? Guess what they also did though for Kyler Murray?
Well,
they drafted Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
They went after DeAndre Hopkins. They put pieces around him.
Yeah.
You're not doing. Listen, I like Rashard Perryman. Well, you couldn't. You're telling me as a GM, you could not have signed Perryman and kept Robbie Anderson. That's a receiving core. That helps you out.
Pay Robbie, so there was a reason for it. Why didn't they want to pay Robbie? I mean, you go out there and you get Mims, fine. Like I said, Perryman's fine. You get Perryman out there. He's not a real true one. But if you get him, Crowder, and Mims is healthy, that's a pretty good 3 right there.
That's a big if though. That's a big if though, and you're putting a lot of pressure on Mims, who's a rookie, and it's honestly it's not the sound.
Throw him in the slot, then let him learn a little, or he's going to take his knocks. That's the way this is now. It's like you got to get in. You're in, and you got.
Hear me out. You could have signed Perryman, kept Robbie as your 1, had Crowder in the slot, and then you had Mims as your 4.
Yeah.
That's fine. And you can learn under – listen, Mims is a freak athlete. I watched this kid in college. This kid is a freak athlete, and he can be a star in this league if he stays healthy. He can. The kid's got tremendous athleticism. The kid can run routes. The kid can get up and get the ball.
Yeah.
But you can't just throw – listen, if he goes up against Tre'Davious White, he's going to get eaten alive. Like, it's just there's no question about it.
Yeah. Well, you're probably going to put White on Perriman anyway.
Yeah, of course.
I think White should shut down Perriman. Levi Wallace, the thing, this kid already, if he pulled his other hamstring, he haven't even played a game yet. That's bad news.
Yeah.
What makes us is Josh Norman hurt. Even though, to me, he would have been our nickel back. Wouldn't have him started because I like Levi. And then our jet is just nasty.
You might get your wish with Levi, Will, because I think Josh didn't practice Wednesday, so I think Levi probably be that starter.
Yeah, Levi's going to start.
For the second keeper.
Still like on the ropes. I just think there's enough guys out there. They could have picked somebody else out to help them. I don't think they were expecting everybody to get hurt. The Jets went and got some linemen, which is good. They needed it. The problem, I think their defense is good. They lost CJ to me is a big hole in that middle.
Yeah.
Adams, okay. Was he the best guy? No, but still with CJ there and him in the back, it's pretty nice.
You can't downplay the loss of Jamal Adams' play. Like that's just, he's a tremendous player. He's a tremendous player.
So that
hurts.
And the problem with them last year was the defense wasn't their problem. It was the defense was on the field so long. By the time the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, they were dead. They were done. And your offense, they were 3 and out. Maybe they got a few little things going. But then your quarterback, what do you say, Vinny? What was he saying?
What was that?
Hey, you got to pay attention, Vinny. Come on, man.
Bro, you like you drowned it out. You went.
I'm setting stuff up for you. I was saying.
I know. I'm like.
What last year, Vinny?
I still can't hear him. I still can't hear you.
You can't
Real
hear
talk.
Anyway.
Maybe you could ask Jordan. Jordan, maybe you could ask him.
Vinny loves saying Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts. Well, last year he keeps saying it.
That ain't even right. You see, you're gonna have me repeat that with Jordan right here, man. That ain't even right. Why don't you say that? Why don't you say that?
I set it up for you, bro. I set it up for you.
I got you.
Listen,
man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. I think the strength of the Jets are the defensive tackles this year. That's the only thing that I think if they're able to stop the run. But, man, we're going to, on paper, the wide receiver core and the matchups, man, that's where I think the difference is going to be this year. In this game coming up, if we're going to break down the game, we might as well go ahead. You're going to have what's his name? Blisson? What's his name? The wide
Blisson Austin. Yeah, Blisson Austin.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to match up with Diggs. I think the one that's going to have a breakout game is going to be John Brown against Pierre Desera. I mean, I looked up the Desera's 40 time, and he runs a 4.6. I mean, we're talking he's going to be matched up against John Brown. That's a subpar 4.4 easy. You know what I mean? This guy's they call him this guy's. So that's why I think the matchup is going to be. I don't think it's going to be too much with Diggs. I think Diggs is probably going to get covered, probably double covered. But I think the best matchup there for the Bills on the Bills side will be John Brown.
I think with that, you're right, because this year is not the quickest. He's very physical, but the guy gets lost on this defense now, and they just acquired him in the Jamal Adams deal. Is Bradley McDougald. Bradley McDougald can go out. First of all, he can pick the ball off, so I would not be surprised if he shadowed that matchup and kind of would be the double team that with John Brown on Pierre Desir, just so you can give Desir a little help. McDougald is a player. Like, he's very good. He's obviously not Jamal Adams, but you know what? That guy can play. And if May also was banged up today too, so I'm assuming he's going to be all right. But May is always hurt. And they got another the kid they drafted out of Cal, Ashton Davis. That kid's a burner. That kid can run. That kid's a 4.2. He ran a 4.28. He can burn. It's going to be interesting to see how Greg Williams uses him on the defense. And that's the other thing is, Greg Williams is very good at playing to the team's strengths. As much crap as people gave him for Bounty Gate and all that stuff, that guy's a heck of a coach. I know a lot of Jets fans, when he came in, were not thrilled with him coming in because they didn't think he was that good. They thought he was kind of overrated. And Will's right. That
I always thought he was good. Even when he was Buffalo, I always thought he was good.
Yeah. I mean, he's tremendous. He gets
good,
the guys
what do you think
motivated.
about the matchup? What do you think about the matchup between Cole Beasley? It's probably going to be Brian Poole. I think that's going to be a good matchup. I think he might shut Cole Beasley down this week.
Poole was a great signing by the Jets last year, and I'm surprised he actually came back only on a 1-year deal. Poole is very physical too. He's another guy who can rough you up a little bit, and he's a great tackler too, which is huge for a corner. I think if he can shut anybody down, it's Cole Beasley. Beasley is quick though. He's going to probably do those slant routes if I'm not mistaken.
I think Justin said to me.
No, I love Poole. Poole is a great corner, and he's very underrated last year for the Jets defense. He had a lot of key interceptions and everything, so I think that's going to be a key matchup on Sunday too. But yeah, I think you're 100% right. I think the wide receiver corner matchup is going to be huge. The Jets did kind of get a whole new secondary from last year. Obviously, like I said, having no Jamal Adams this year. So it's going to be good. And I think Quinnen Williams is also going to be a huge factor. Quinnen Williams did not have a great rookie year last year. He was bad. A lot of Jets they drafted him. Jets fans were hyped up. They thought this kid was going to be a stud. I talked to an Alabama fan. He's a good friend of mine, and he kind of said, you're going to have to wait. And I was like, no, this guy's, he's going to come in. He's going to make immediate impact. He fell on his face. It was not good. He apparently bulked up. He got bigger, big tricep, everything. Like they said, he's been having a dominant camp. So that's another factor. If Quinnen Williams can come in there and, get pressure on Josh Allen, and he's quick too. So that could help, because we know how quick Josh Allen is and how Josh Allen likes to run the ball. If he can kind of, contain Josh Allen in the run game and everything, that could be very big for the Jets and the defense.
I mean, Josh
absolutely.
Allen,
a lot of people
run much.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Josh said he's not going to run much. He's going to try to let the guys make the plays. So
man, listen, Will, we got to be honest. Greg Williams is going to throw the kitchen sink at Josh. So Josh is probably going to try to get some quick outs, some quick stuff. I don't see him running. I see another guy that might be stepping up for you is the safety Marcus May. I think they named him captain this week too. That filled in for Jamal Adams. They say good things about him. So what's your take on him?
I like Marcus May. His problem has always been he cannot, even at Florida. He could not stay healthy at Florida, which is why he fell. They had him. This guy was like a top 15 pick when he was in college. He could not stay healthy, and he had a great rookie year. He stayed healthy. That last year, no, he couldn't say he missed a majority. He missed quite a few games. I don't know off the top of my head how many it was, but you know what? You can only do the best ability to have for a player is availability. And when you're not available and you can't contribute to the defense, you're a liability. And that's what he was last year. If he can stay healthy, which he's already shown in camp, he's already banged up. That's good. People are already talking about giving him, Jets fans all the time talk about giving him an extension over when Jamal Adams was here over Jamal Adams. Like, listen, I'd rather trade both of them because listen, if this guy can't stay healthy, why are you on my team? He's a great player.
What's the sense? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough.
He lost his mind over here. Another guy we work with, another Jets fan, saying Darnold over Allen.
I said what I said.
He's smoking some la over there or something.
I said what I said.
Listen, he used to be out of Long Island. No, Staten Island. So just take it for what it is. All right.
Take a grain of salt.
That's right.
Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Darnold, man. He put up some good numbers for his rookie season last year as well. What do you think? I think he had 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions versus Josh Allen had 21, 9 interceptions. So numbers-wise, they're pretty close. But now this is the year that's going to have to define both of them as quarterbacks. I mean, Josh doesn't have any excuse. They gave him weapons. They gave him a bolstered offensive line. They gave him the number one wide receiver they could possibly find. Number 2, which was our number 1 last year with over 1,000 yards, and John Brown and Cole Beasley. So this is pretty much a make or break year for Josh Allen. A lot of people, and And we got to also factor in what's going to happen with Brian Dable, what's going to happen at the end of the year. That's another show. But right now, in comparison with the quarterbacks, they're giving Josh Allen the weapons to see what he could do. I know he's been working out. I know everything looks great on paper. But the thing is, on Sunday, it needs to be translated on the field. It needs to be executed. So we're going to see.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
What are we talking about? Is there anything else we want to talk about these matchups? Honestly, I think if we look at it and with the way we're looking, if you line them up, I think it's going to come down to if the Jets could throw the ball, if Le'Veon Bell could get something going. Again, I think the Bills, I think Frazier's going to have everybody key on Bell, play one-on-one with the corners and our safeties, and say beat us. Honestly, with the weapons the Bills have this year, to me, it's like it should be a nightmare of a matchup. If the offensive line can keep your D-line at bay, I think the sky's the limit. Because with Diggs, Brown, okay, you could double up Diggs, but if your second guy is trying to keep up with Brown, that's going to be an issue. Your linebackers, I really don't remember much. I don't want to sound messed up. I don't really. There was one guy I liked. I forgot to tell you. I think it was like 49 or something. I liked him as linebacker. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Your corner pool is going to be able to keep up with Beasley. You know, if anything, so but Beasley's a little beast, and they say he's been nasty this year, and more so in camp. Tight end. I like your tight end if he stays healthy.
That's another factor. Yeah, it's another factor too. Yeah.
You know, I like him. Knox, to me, he's been improving. That's another weapon. If he doesn't drop the ball, we could be nasty. And then both our backs could catch the ball out the backfield. So, I mean, I think the Bills would win. If you want to look at it, I think the Bills are a 6.5-point favorite. If you want to look at that, I think the Bills cover that.
You taking the over?
I'm taking the Bills on the over. Honestly, last year.
That's 6.5 is kind of dangerous on the over, man. I'm going to be honest with you.
One, though. But even though I look at that game, and I know in the beginning we were driving the ball, driving, and boom, interception. Driving, boom, fumble. Driving, interception again. Damn it, and then a fumble again. It was like we kept shooting ourselves in the leg, but you have to give credit to your defense. Your defense did cause this too. But, you know, the Bills did mess up. They gave up 4 turnovers last year, and you can't do that. You know, we were lucky to come back and win, and I think it was mainly because C.J. Mosley got hurt. If C.J. played that whole game, the Bills lose that game. They can't do that this year. And with all the weapons they have, you can't have excuses like that. Do I think it's going to be close? I think it comes down to your offense. I think your defense is going to put up a good fight. Williams is a beast on defense. I've always liked that guy. I didn't mind the whole head hunting thing because I'm an old school player. I liked it when Bobby Bowden was one of my favorite coaches, and it was a different league. But if you had a step, he said, hit the guy. The receiver threw the ball went through his hands. You can't do that no more. Hit the guy, make him know. Don't try to catch it. You're going to get hit. Quarterback throws the ball. You got to step in.
Play the ball to the whistle.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we played kill the man with the ball. That was it. Whoever had the ball, you try to run to the other side of the end zone and score. If not, you're getting killed. I didn't mind that. I like him. I think he's going to be an interim head coach probably by week 9. You know, I thought the Browns should have kept him as head coach when he was their interim coach. Anyway, besides that, I think the Bills win the game. I think they cover the 6.5. I mean, either one of you.
What score are you giving it? What score you got? I
picked the score because Fred Kilmartin, his front reporter, one of his Bill sites had like a giveaway. So I put 28-13. That was my Buffalo.
Another factor we haven't been talking about special teams play, and I know Andre Roberts is coming back. I know he's been wanting to play against the Jets, his former team, for the past 2 seasons, but we are officially kicked out during the season. All right, Rob, have a good one. So, you know, Andre Roberts is coming back. He's healthy, and it's his first time against his former team. So that's going to be interesting on the return side for the Bills. You know, Le'Veon Bell, he has to be on his A game to run against us. I mean, he ran pretty good last year with us. You know what I mean, against us. If we could stop him, I think it'll be Kearns. I have my Buffalo Bills winning 17-6 because this is the first game. I think everybody's gonna kind of break the ice, kind of see what getting feels. And another thing Josh said, because of the first game and a couple games that they played, that they always seem to start off slowly. Just like you touched on, Will, you said we started off 16, losing 16-0, fumbles, this and that. That's one thing that Josh said they've been working on, is starting off the gate fast, not waiting for anything, just getting on it right quick. And Brian Daboll now has Josh for 3 years, so there's no secrets now. He's giving them the weapons. They all should be on the same page, so there's no excuse for Brian Daboll not to open up the playbook. Does Josh scare me a little bit with his decision making from last season? Absolutely. We're gonna find out Sunday if he's matured to take that next step forward on making the right decisions.
All right, Jordan, go ahead, bud.
I think one thing that we're all kind of forgetting here is, and it's very important as much as people hate it, is there's no preseason games. There's no, you can have all you're doing is practice is great, even a scrimmage. Yeah, you need to go and hit somebody on the other side that's not your teammate. You need to do that, and the fact that there is none,
different beast.
It's even if they had one or two, it would have been fine. That's what I think. I think four is too much anyway. I think one or two would have been fine. The fact that nobody is going any of the preseason games and you're essentially just jumping right into the season, I think it's going to be ugly. I don't think it's going to be good football, and I think it's just going to be around the league. Even tonight, I just don't think it's going to be good football. I think it's going to be ugly for a couple weeks until they actually get their footing in. With the Jets, I say it once, I'll say it again. It all comes down to Adam Gase and what his game plan is, and staying with that game plan, whether that is getting Le'Veon Bell 30 touches, splitting Le'Veon Bell out wide, getting Chris Herndon the football. These are things that he needs to do because these are the ways the Jets can succeed. You need to line Le'Veon Bell up in the back. If you see that they're blitzing, I better not see an empty set with Sam Darnold back there. I saw it too many times last year where they were just rushing the house. It wasn't just the Bills; it was the Steelers. It was the Steelers, the Patriots, and Darnold would be left, and that's why he was seeing ghosts, because you get no help out there. Yeah. Like that's my biggest thing. As much as I want to pick the Jets to win, as much as I love Sam Darnold, Will, my love for Sam Darnold is trumped by my dislike and my no trust in Adam Gase. So yeah, I think the Bills are going to win. I think it's going to be closer, but I think it's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be like a 17-13 Bills win. It's not going to be fun to watch, but this is what we're going to get for the first few weeks of the football season. I think 17-13 Bills. I think Darnold's going to throw a touchdown and a pick. I think Josh Allen's going to have a rushing touchdown. I do, and I think Diggs will get his first touchdown as a Bill. I can't trust Adam Gase. Like, this is what all boils down to. Jets can do whatever they want. I just don't trust Adam Gase to succeed his game plan because he has never showed me that.
Yeah. Well, I post everybody posts comments. I put them out there. Love you guys still talking about the sport, the football. The NFL is a joke, Carmen. All right, that's your opinion. I mean, if you want to compare it to old school or this school, yeah, it's a little jokey, but I still love the NFL. I love my team, and we're going to talk sports. But your opinion is always welcome here, and we'll put it out. I don't care. Now, being that we're already past an hour, I said we're going to pick our picks. I want to do our picks. You guys, we could do quick hits on something if you want to. All right, so let's just go for tonight's game. Personally, I'm going to pick with the point spread. You don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead. Houston, Kansas City. Personally, I took Houston because I think they're going to cover the 9. I think it's 9.5 at some point. I mean, they don't have Hopkins. I want to see what Fuller does. I still question Kansas City's defense. They have to get into that shootout to win. I don't think they're really winning any close games. If Houston could control that pace a little, I think they can win. I think last year, Houston won their first game, right? And then they lost in the playoffs, got blown out. What do you guys think?
Man, Mahomes is good. Is going to be Mahomes fresh off of. Huh?
No, quiet.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were coming up. Yeah, Mahomes still going to be Mahomes. I got 24-14.
All right. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, Mahomes is Mahomes. I love Deshaun Watson, but that team is just too good. I think it's going to be, I would say, 31-20, Kansas City. I don't like Bill O'Brien. I think Bill O'Brien's a terrible coach, which is why I hope they fire him after this year and get Deshaun a real coach. So, 31-20, Kansas City.
This is my face sipping on haterade. And I can't hate because I actually have Mahomes as one of my fantasy teams, but still. Everybody loves Mahomes, man. Come on, man. Whatever. Going on to the disrespected team in the NFL, Seattle against Atlanta. I actually like Seattle. You know, last year I took Seattle a bunch of times, and they did me well. And I think they're going to do it again. Right now, they're only a 1.5. This was the lines were on ESPN, and I went off of that. They're a 1.5 over Atlanta. I mean, underdogs. I like Seattle. 1.5. Unless Atlanta turns things around. Last year they had a crappy year. They have enough talent on that team. They shouldn't be that bad. But I'm taking Seattle over Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, you got the best, according to Bobby, you got the best quarterback in football. So I'm going with Seattle too. I got them going 28-24 against Atlanta. Atlanta got the weapons, man. Let's see how they translate that this year.
Yeah, I love Seattle. You know, it's probably the first thing I talked about when I first came on here. I love Russell. I think they're going to the NFC Championship game this year, to be honest. I don't like Atlanta at all. I love Julio. I love Calvin Ridley. I don't think that defense is very good. I think Seattle's going to throw the ball all over the place on them. They don't have great corners. I think it's going to be 31-17 Seattle.
Man, you got Seattle scores and everything. I didn't pick those scores. Got no time for that. So, this is a good
you're too busy looking at the over-under. That's what it
is. This was a game I'm not even sure about, but I ended up going Chicago, Detroit. Detroit is actually -2.5. This might be one of the only teams I'm picking that wasn't a favorite. I think Chicago. I don't know why. Every year I root for Detroit. I like the underdogs. Detroit's been an underdog for so long, but I think Chicago might edge them out. Again, it's all going. You can't really go off. I'm going off of like last year's stuff, but just looking at the team, Detroit did get better, but I think Chicago wins this game.
I'm the same here. I don't know if they named the starter. I know there was a little controversy with Trubisky and I forgot the other quarterback. So I don't even know who the starter is going to be. I don't know if they named the starter this week yet.
Trubisky.
Trubisky is it right? Yeah.
Is he going to be a starter? Okay. So I actually got him. I got Chicago winning 28-17.
Yeah. Both these teams stink. I can be completely honest. I mean, they're gonna be completely real here. They both these teams are bad. Matt Patricia is gonna be fired at the end of this year. If I had to pick one, I guess I'll take Detroit because Matthew Stafford is miles better than Mitch Trubisky, which isn't. I mean, it's not saying much, but the Bears have Khalil Mack.
That's what Stafford.
Yeah.
The one problem is Galloway, DeAndre Swift, and Danny Amendola are all questionable. They might not.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's the case, I'm still taking Detroit because I just don't. My Mitch Trubisky. I'm done with Mitch Trubisky. Like that was bad. You traded up one spot for Mitch Trubisky. Like you should have been fired on the spot for doing that. But that's another topic for another time.
A lot of people love the guys, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We gotta pick up our pace a little. Green Bay, Minnesota. This game, last year Green Bay beat them both games. hey, Green Bay is ranked 2 on CBS Power Rankings, so I guess I'm gonna go with Green Bay. But I think Green Bay got a little better, and if they were able to beat them twice last year, they should be able to beat them again this year. So I'm taking Green Bay as a dog, actually.
I'm on board with you. You know, I mean, they are number 2 in the power rankings now. So that has nothing to do with my pick, by the way. But, you know, Minnesota did lose Stephon Diggs. You know, that's a big blow for them. So I don't know. I got Green Bay 24-17.
I love Aaron Rodgers. One of my favorite players to ever watch. I hate Kirk Cousins with passion for a lot of reasons. But I'm going to take the Vikings here just because I don't trust the Packers defense. And what did the Packers do to help out Aaron Rodgers? Draft A.J. Dillon? That doesn't do anything for me. They have, I don't know who they have, besides Devontae Adams, who they have a wide receiver. Like, what are they doing? I love Thielen. I love the kid Jefferson that they drafted. Irv Smith Jr. could actually become something at tight end for them. You know, Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, they actually have talent on Minnesota. As much as I love Aaron Rodgers, he's going to have to carry them for 16 games this year, like he does every freaking year, but especially this year.
Yes, sir.
Alan Lazard. That's right,
Alan Lazard. Yeah, I like Alan Lazard.
They have Mark.
That ain't doing it for me. Lazard ain't doing it for me. I love Alan Lazard, actually. That ain't doing it for me.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
That ain't doing it for me. I'll go with Minnesota here. 21. I think it'll be close. I'll be 21-20.
They even got Mercedes Lewis tight end, bro.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
my fault.
Now this is a game I actually kind of wanted to pick against them. I wasn't sure, but I'm doing it with the point spread. Miami against New England, 6.5. I actually think Miami's going to cover. I'm taking Miami against the New England Patriots. That's my choice. I want to see what Cam does. I want to see him take a hit. I think Miami always plays New England good. Fitzmagic's going to be back there tossing the ball. You know, they do have good receivers with Parker and what's his name over there. Let me see. I can't even remember. By the way, when I look over here, Jordan, I'm not like making fun of you. I'm actually looking at my laptop on the side looking for some research. But anyway, you got Jordan, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, and Grant. So I think they have a squad. I mean, another thing, there's some questionables out here, but I think Miami could cover 6.5. Mm-hmm. I want to see what the Patriots are, really. You know, their defense is there. Their lost linebackers, but I want to see. Their corners are there. I want to see the rest of the squad.
Yeah. I don't know. Cam Newton's named starter. You know what I mean? He's been putting a lot of work from what I'm hearing. He's doing pretty good. Even though they lost a lot of their defensive unit. Miami's up and coming, man. I actually see him going real far in the AFC East this year, above New England and above the Jets. I think they're going to come in second in the AFC East. But I got this as a close game, a 19-13 win for New England.
Hot take.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a waste of space. There's no need for him to be there. I don't know why he's starting.
Nah, no way.
Hey, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick is an absolute. Trust me, I'm gonna keep it PG. I don't like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, you know I love Devontae Parker. They got some weapons there. I'm not picking against Bill Belichick because I've learned my lesson over my 27 years of living life. To never pick against Bill Belichick, so I'm not gonna pick against Bill Belichick. And I love Cam.
He's been too quiet. He's been too quiet, man.
That's why I'm scared. I love Cam. That defense, they lost a lot of players who opted out. I think one of the McCourties opted out. Dante Hightower, I think, opted out. That guy just does stuff that I don't understand, and he somehow finds ways to win. So I'm taking the Patriots, and I'm taking the Patriots because I just can't pick against Bill Belichick. I'm sorry.
Hightower opted out. I don't think the McCourty brothers did. I think they both.
I thought it was Jason did. Jason or Dad, one of them did. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they both played. I hope that AJ is listening, by the way, because AJ he did well with some of my picks last year. So he started jumping on the Will bandwagon. Here we go. All right. So now Philly against Washington, a division game. Honestly, with Hoskins starting, I don't know what this kid's going to do. You know, they cut Peterson. They lost their other running back, what was it, Geis or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect from Washington. You think they're going to do well, and then they always crap the bed. And I like Philly, even if they're giving up 6. I think Philly should win this game. Go ahead, Vinny. Who you want?
I got the same with you. I haven't been following much on Philly this year for some reason, but I got them beating Washington 17-10.
All right, Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah, I like Philly this year. If Wentz can stay healthy, I think it's obviously a big if. I think they do have pieces there. Miles Sanders, had a breakout year last year. Washington is just a disaster. I mean,
It's a mess.
What else are you going to say? Yeah, it's a mess, top to bottom, inside and outside the organization. It's a mess. I feel bad for Dwayne Haskins because I like Haskins. He's not in a good spot there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have much there for him. You got McLaren there, but you're going to throw him the ball 45 times a game. I like Philly a lot. I think Philly's going to win the NFC East, to be honest. So I have them winning this game 24-10.
I said Redskins too. Sorry, Washington.
I think Bobby hit the censor button on you when you said that.
I hope you do throw the ball to McLaren 1,000 times because I have him on one of my fantasy teams.
Yeah, me too. That's why I picked him.
Hurts in every freaking fantasy team I have also. Moving down to the Las Vegas Raiders against the Carolina Panthers. I don't know what to expect from Carolina besides the running back. What's his name? Can't even think of his name.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Oh, that's right. They got Robbie Anderson. Talking about Robbie Anderson. Besides those two guys, I don't even know who they have. Honestly.
DJ Moore there.
Yeah. I'm taking Vegas.
They got some. It's gonna rely on Teddy. And if Teddy,
Yeah, I want to know how Teddy is there too. If he plays like he did with the Saints, then Carolina is going to be better than I think. But I think Vegas goes in there and handles them. Vegas is giving up 3 points. I think they should win by 6 at least. So I'm going with Vegas.
Man, I got a different stuff. I know Nathan Peterman over there, your buddy, went over there. They actually got a decent contract over there, and Derek Carr is Derek Carr. So I don't know. That's gonna be.
He makes more money than Cam Newton. What? Well, what?
That's what I'm saying. They gave him the money, and man, I don't know. Derek Carr's still the starter. I still like Derek Carr. But I think I'm gonna take the Carolina on this one, 21-10.
Yeah, I don't like Derek Carr at all. I
you
love
like him?
Henry. I don't know. He don't do anything for me. I love Henry Ruggs. Honestly, it's funny. I love all the weapons around him. I love Waller.
Yeah.
I love Josh Jacobs. Love Henry Ruggs. I think a low-key, really good player that they have is Hunter Renfrow too. Very good slot receiver. So I do think they're going to win this game. But it's not going to be because of Derek Carr. I think it'll be because of Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs is going to run all over that defense. I don't think that defense is very good. I think it's going to be a rebuilding year for Carolina.
Carolina, you think so?
I think they drafted all defensive players this year.
Yeah.
Every single player. Yeah. So I don't think they're going to be great. I think they're going to have moments because they do have good weapons. Robbie Anderson's a good weapon. Obviously, you got McCaffrey there. You have DJ Moore, who broke out last year and became kind of their number one receiver. So I think those two guys on the outside are really, really good. And it's going to be all up to Teddy and see how Teddy is. I love Teddy. I was a fan of him coming out of college. But I think the Raiders, long story short, I think the Raiders are going to win this game. But I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll be 28-24.
Cool.
Wow.
Yo, 2 comments, 3 comments. Let's go. Look at it. Minute 20. Oh my God.
Just go with numbers. Let's go.
Oh, here, Indy.
I want to see the game, man. The game should be started.
Here we go. Indy, Jacksonville. Indy's given -8. I'm still going with Indy. I want to see what Indy could do. The one thing that clown Rob, who like commented before, told me is that Indy never plays well in Jacksonville. I don't care. Jacksonville's in tank mode, which is sad to
They're
say.
horrible.
It should be fine
Horrible.
for it. I think it's so bad for the game. Anyway, I'm taking Indy -8. Go, Vinny.
21-7 Indy. Khan's got a disaster over here in Jacksonville, just 60 miles north of me, and the morale over there is just horrible. I got Indianapolis 21-7 winning.
Yeah, I'm 100% on your side. Jacksonville is a disaster. They don't know what direction they're going. Gardner Minshew is not the answer. I like the Colts this year. Probably the best offensive line in football. I'm going to say 31-3.
Damn.
Woo.
No respect for the mustache, dude.
All right, no, that stuff's all played. I don't even start on that. We'll be on here for another half hour if we start talking.
That'll be another show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Baltimore. Baltimore is giving up 8 points. My question for Cleveland is that offensive line. They lost a lot of guys, so I want to see how their offensive line going into this. I think Baltimore is going to win. Do they cover the 8? I think yes. I think Baltimore is just nasty. And again, my thing is I want to see how good this offensive line for Cleveland is. So I'm taking Baltimore -8. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got with the addition of the running back that they added on, man, I got Baltimore winning also. Let me see what the score is over here. I got them 32-21 winning Baltimore.
Nice.
Yeah. Cleveland's going to be another disaster. The Browns are the Browns. We all know the Browns are the Browns. They're going to mess up somehow. Baker. I love the Ravens. I love their draft. It was one of my favorite drafts out of every single team, top to bottom. They got a lot of weapons there. I think the Ravens are going to destroy them too. I think it's going to be like 31-10.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Pick up the pace, Jordan. My Jordan.
I like the. You know more than anybody here. No, I like to talk.
You know what this is like? It's like I'm Le'Veon Bell and you're Frank Gore. Like, you're moving. Come on, man. Here we go. All right. Las Vegas. Los Angeles Chargers against Cincy. Chargers are only giving up 3. I'm surprised about this. I know Tyrod Taylor's taking the helm. Not a big fan, but I think he's better. You know, he's a little more agile. And Cincy, who the hell's Cincy? I don't even know what they are right now. I got to see them in a game or two to even give these guys any love. Taking the Chargers -3. I think they should cover that easy. Go.
Yeah, I got the Chargers also. I think Mike Williams is going to have a good game. So I got the Chargers 21-10.
Yeah, I like the Chargers too. I think Burrow is going to be something special, but I like the Chargers too. I think the experience here helps out a lot. I think the Chargers are going to win. I think it's going to be another ugly game, though. I think it's going to be like a 17-14 game.
All right. So everybody's taking the Chargers. Another game. I think there's some nice matchups here. You know, I like this game. Tampa against New Orleans. Personally, I think New Orleans is going to win that division. I don't think Tom Brady's going to do all that great like everybody expects them to go like to the Super Bowl. New Orleans is giving up 3.5. I think New Orleans is going to go after Tom Brady, and I think they win this game.
I'm with you, man. I got Tampa. I got New Orleans winning 24-17. Got Breeze. Breeze is still Breeze, man. He still could chuck it, and we'll see how the defense does with Tampa. But I got New Orleans taking this first game.
Yeah, I like New Orleans too. I don't trust that team on paper. Tampa is very good. I don't trust Tom Brady. I don't trust Tom Brady's arm. He looked bad last year. Unless he's taking steroids, he's not going to do anything. He's not. And Gronk also missed a year of football. That's a big factor. Yeah. I think that I don't. And Drew Brees is another one. He's just like Tom Brady. He's another year older. Does he have? Let's see what he has left in the tank. But I think New Orleans is going to win that game, and I agree with you. I think they're going to win the division. I'll say 24-17 New Orleans.
That's cool.
Oh, that's what I just said. 24-17. Same
And
score.
might help
Great
his
minds. Great minds.
banged up, so maybe that'll help him. All right, Arizona, San Fran. This to me comes down to Arizona's defense. To me, I mean, they have so many weapons now on there. Like this team, they have no excuse to not take that next step unless their defense does not produce. Still, I'm taking San Fran. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because pretty much their whole squad is back. I don't think they lost anybody. -7. I want to take San Fran minus the 7. Arizona, like I said, it all comes down to the defense. I want to see what this team does. You got Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald still looking good out there. You know, I forgot the other guy they have out there, but they got weapons. They just need to go produce. I'm taking San Fran -7.
Yep. I agree with you. I think San Fran probably coming in this season with a chip on the shoulder after losing that big lead. I think they're not going to play this year. I think they're gonna come out slinging. I got them winning 24-14.
Yeah, I told you guys this before. I don't like Garoppolo at all. I don't. He's not consistent. He can't hit targets downfield. But that being said, that defense is just too fast. It's too fast. It's too quick. I think it's going to take a little bit for that Arizona offense to kind of get going. I think later in the season they could make some noise, but for this game, I think the Niners are more prepared. They got more chemistry there. So I think it's going to be a close game. I would say like a 28-27 kind of game because I love Kyler Murray. And I love that offense too. You know, they just paid Nuke. You know, he's staying there. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very close game.
All right. Kyler Murray, this is his second year?
Yep.
Let's see if teams adjusted to him. You know, they always had second and third years. Let's see what happens. Dallas against the Rams is Sunday night's game. Dallas -3. I actually like Dallas in this game. You know, they have enough weapons on that team. Even though I like the Rams, but I think Dallas, they take that next step. I think they beat them covering the 3.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Dallas is going to beat them too. After that, you know, that season they had last year, you know, even if they made the playoffs, it would have been horrible for them. I think, you know, I mean, it would have just been a disaster. Crying in the locker room and all that. They have to come this year. They have to do something other than what they did last year. I got them. They're going to have to start off strong, and which usually they're probably going to. I think they're going to have to come out strong this year, especially 21-17. I doubt the naysayers, but let's see what happens mid-season. I think they're going to fall apart again. But starting the season I think they're going to get the win 21-17. No crying in the locker room tomorrow, Sunday.
I like Dallas too. I kind of echo both their sentiments. And I also love what they did in the draft too. I think they got some great pieces, not just CeeDee Lamb, but that kid from Bama is going to be a stud. Even the Brandon and I, there's like 6th, 7th round pick. That kid can be a starter right away. I like this Dallas team, but I don't like Mike McCarthy. That being said, I think they'll win this game. But I think you're right. I think they're going to falter in the end because that's what a Mike McCarthy-led team does, unless they have Aaron Rodgers.
That's right.
But I think they're going to win this game. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I actually think it's going to go to overtime. I think it's going to make a 34-31 game overtime.
Ooh.
All right, so we move on. I told Jordan the Jets should have signed McCarthy. He said nope. So he got Adam Gase. Anyway, moving on. Sunday night game.
You put him in a hard place.
Pittsburgh against the Giants. Part of me, for some reason, wanted to pick the Giants, but I think Pittsburgh. Let's see how Big Ben is. If Big Ben is healthy, he's better than Rudolph. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh with 5, giving up 5.5. I kind of like the Giants. I don't know why, but I'm still going with Pittsburgh to cover 5.5.
Yeah, I'm going with Pittsburgh. The defense is still something to be reckoned with. I don't think the Giants has have enough this year to get off to a good start anyway. So I got Pitt 17-10.
Yeah, well, you know my feelings on Daniel Jones. I don't think he's that good. Their offenses have weapons. I like Slayton a lot. Obviously, I got Saquon. Golden Tate's obviously a reliable veteran wide receiver for them. That defense is atrocious, though. Like that defense is bad.
Mhm.
Like they're bad, and they didn't get better. They're not going to be good this year. I think they're going to get blown out. I think it's going to be like a 28-3 kind of game. Like I just don't think that team is very good.
Yeah. All right. Another game, which is a good game, is Tennessee against Denver. That's a 10 o'clock game. Denver's actually a 1.5 favorites. I guess because they're home. Personally, I think that this game is going to come down who runs the ball and controls the clock. You know, with Melvin Gordon and Lindsey, I think that's a nasty combo up there in Denver. But I still think I like Tennessee, man. I know everybody hates Tannehill. I actually think Tannehill, if he has weapons, the guy's not a bad quarterback. He could put up numbers, but they're going to give the ball to Henry. So you have to stop Lamar Miller not being there. It's kind of big. I'm going to take Tennessee getting a 4.5 on Monday night.
I'm the same. What you're saying, I echo your sentiments. Same exact thing. And a loss for Von Miller is going to be huge for him. So I got Tennessee 21-14.
This is a toss up for me because I like Drew Lock. Tannehill's, you know, the thing Vrabel does is play to Tannehill's strengths, and what his strengths are not really throwing the ball that much and giving the ball to Derrick Henry. You know, they got AJ Brown there, it's a good weapon for him. If they play to their strengths, I think they're going to win this game. I think losing Von Miller really hurts the Broncos, even though they do have Chubb there. I also like Drew Lock a lot. But I think Tennessee, it was always last year. It was always like, oh, Tennessee's playing, like they're gonna get blown out, and they always found ways to win. So I think they're going to go find ways to win. So I think it's gonna be another close game. It's gonna be like I would say a 24-17 game.
Cool. All right, guys, that's all our picks. Only thing, if anybody's left it real quick, I put like a 3-game parlay together. One of my parlays is Bills, Seattle, and Philly. My late parlay would be Chargers, San Fran, and New Orleans. If anything, I might take San Fran out and go with Chargers, Dallas, New Orleans. So that's it. It's been a long show today. I'll blame Jordan. Jordan, thanks for hopping on. Did a great job.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, my pleasure, guys. It's a pleasure. I always watch you guys all the time. You guys are great. You know, even though it is the Bills, so I take it with a grain of salt. You guys do a great job with it. So keep up the great work.
We'll see you again in October.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right.
Will just got to give me the call, and he's got to pay me.
Yeah.
We got chicken wings.
Listen, I'm with it. Listen, I love my chicken wings, so that's no problem.
Thanks for everybody out who sent comments today. Everybody for watching. Sorry that Fred couldn't join us. Maybe he'll meet us next week or following week after that. And that's about it. Thanks. Good thing football's back. Thanks for watching. Can't wait for Bills Jets. Go Buffalo. Again, thanks Jordan for joining us.
Thanks, Jordan.
Anytime, guys. Take care.
Peace. Go Bills.
Background. Bye, Bobby. See you guys.